Oh, we're in courtroom number 1 today. Yeah.
Court is now in session. Did you guys miss me? I'm back.
John.
Just the old man is back. I'm in court.
God damn it, yo. Sorry, I'm doing the fucking thing right now. I'm trying to pay attention.
The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. He's the edgiest of the edge. I better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder. We have witnesses who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If I may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls the chief officer of the scene, Detective Gumshoe. What am I doing here? Witness, please state your name and profession of the court.
Sir, my name is Dick Gumshoe, sir.
I am the detective charge of homicides down to the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found in this window, by the window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the Thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
Still calling it a statue. Murder scene of phase has been over the floor pans. Yay. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir, I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence.
Witness testimony. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the moment of the murder.
That very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Let's examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Shh. Smack. Hey, it just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
He looks like he's just like, I'm stoned. No, Your Honor, I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, but we had a witness account describing her. Hold it! Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. Exactly. What about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What?
Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. You have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor. There was something I should have told you about first.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Test results showed that the blood was from the victim. Also,
Same part of going so slowly.
Also, there was blood found on the victim's fingers. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How do you like that for my hard evidence? Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this viral piece of evidence the first time? I know I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. That's time for your cross-examination.
Like, what happens if you present the wrong item? Can that, like, affect you and make
It
you...
might. I think you have like a certain amount of fuck-ups, and then it's just like you have lost this case.
Shit.
I don't know. Like, what the hell's the bar on the top right of my screen? Like that
I know,
has
I'm
to.
nervous. It hasn't gone down yet. I don't know what that means.
Securing the suspect, I examined the scene with my own eyes. I found a memo written on the piece of paper. Did you try pressing him for more?
I did. And I pressed him in the one fucking spot that works.
Word Maya was written clearly,
looking at
but
everything
results
else.
showed the blood was the victim's. Before the died, the victim. Wait a minute!
Shit.
Objection! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You said the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note? That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else would have? You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards? The victim is not only the person who absolutely could not have written it. There was a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object.
Ah.
She died immediately.
But then who fucking... Oh. I get
But...
it
No butting your way out of this one, Detective.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? Did I obtain this? Time of death, 9:05, 9 p.m. I had to be the day after the murder. It was the day after the murder.
Prosecution point being...
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. Excuse me? So you fucked with it? Death was almost immediate. It might as well have been. There was a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received those results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya or whatever. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you had something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I mean, I don't know. You're a sham, Edgeworth. The detective's a sham. Detective Gumshoe, you're a sham. How could you have given me a faulty report? I thought... Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed you handed him the wrong report like that.
I am sorry, sir.
You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month.
What? But...
Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
I like how the autopsy report has died from a blow from a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes. What is this maybe? You can't have maybes in this. No ifs and or buts about this son of a bitch. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that is obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. Prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April, may take the stand. In fact, what part of her is innocent? I'm a cat. Witness, your name, please. April May, at your service with boob jiggles. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor.
Hey, sham!
I called the detective a sham.
Yeah, that's the part I'm only at right now. I turned you down so I don't want to hear. I don't want to know what's going on.
Of course, because you're too slow. I'm a detective. I'm a lawyer. This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was in my hotel room. Tee. I checked in right after lunch. And this hotel's directly across from Fay & Co. law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to court about what you saw. Witness testimony. It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacker was a mousy girl sitting in a defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. Then the girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is remarkably solid testimony. I don't see the need to trouble the witness any... Wait, Your Honor! Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding the tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you! Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. I don't even know. Long hair being attacked. That's it. Nothing really jumps out as a contradiction. There's gotta be something in there somewhere. Maybe I'd better press her backs a bit. Hold it! She dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. No, that didn't help. Hold it! How do you know she was the defendant? Huh? Well, you know. She had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay? There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right. Hold it! That testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... You are telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless about all of this.
Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, May Fay, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But, still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Hurrah! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
Ugh. I did see everything. I did. The woman dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. Then she hit her with the weapon. I saw. I did. That clock. That kind of statue-y clock. The Thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? I see. I only wish you had been detailed from the beginning. Begin the cross-examination.
You see everything. Victim woman dodged first attack and ran off to the right. Ran off to the right? That means you wouldn't be able to have seen it from the window. Is that right as in your right, or as you look from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand. That's fine, Mr. Wright. Please continue. Here with that weapon, I saw it. I did. That clock. The previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. This was their testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. Fuck, I don't know. Objection? This evidence clearly reveals contradiction in your statement, Your Honor. How exactly is the evidence and statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Not at all, Mr. Wright. Please take the facts before making accusations. I don't think you won any points with the judge. Well, my bar went down a little. I got hurt. John, don't accidentally use the wrong evidence.
What?
My bar went... No, it's just... It's just your bar goes down. They're like, that doesn't work. How does that match?
Okay.
Where did this weapon come from? You picked it up from the desk. I see. What sort of weapon was it? God, I don't know where this one cracks.
Oh god, I hate decisions.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Miss Lo. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. I mean, I could present... I mean, shit, I don't fucking know. I mean, how would she know it was a clock? Miss May, what you just said right now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer? You just said that this statue of the Thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh, the witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Objection! But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it. It says the time. So, you've been to the law's office of Fay & Co.? No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. Hee. The law office of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. You could have easily heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock is in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork! Yeah, the game can be very silly. But it is a really silly visual novel game. How could it possibly? Just take a look right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. He couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May... Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you forgot one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Can you prove the clockwork was removed? Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed. Take that! Take a look at this! That's a very cute cell phone. Woohoo, you have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim of the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone, that wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was it again? I got so many. Oops, I forgot. Boob jiggles and winks. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defendant have any objections? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. I mean, this was also made by Larry Butts, so how would it be? Take that! It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores! Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today? Oh. Ah! Oh, God. Oh, God. Her boobs are tickling. They've become something. She's evolved. What's with your porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! No, she's insane now.
Oh, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did. Scary.
Miss May, let me ask, tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh, dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May knew the weapon was a clock because she had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There's no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. I'm high as fuck, but I'm on board. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Take that! Have a look at this. Oh, that! I found this in Miss May's room. 'Cause I'm a pervert.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim's Miss Maya May's phone, weren't you not? English? Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness is in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone? Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which is not, you still have one thing to prove. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... I mean, didn't it say in this? It's a clock. It made it look like this. Yeah, I was going to say this again. Take that! I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Maybe. Either that or it's just empty slots, but there were things that we had to find and look at the court, like outside the courtroom. But I don't know if you can miss or not anything.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again, what's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May. You used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Okay, you lawyer. I don't know what was said. It just skipped.
It's not fair. It's no fair. Are you ganging up on me like that? Oh, I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it?
Where? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't the murder trial?
God, her face!
Is the tippity-tappity irrelevant? Yeah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly called that irrelevant. Answer me. Well, this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice. He has a point. Well, Miss May, you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with the murder, even though you tapped her phone? I'd like to see her pull that off. Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that, and of course I can and will. Can't be serious, no way. Wait, I say wait. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. So the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy. Room service. Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. You don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee. Ice coffee? Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. No, a witness was not on scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? My gracious pleasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime and with no bearing to the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to just let her walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Oh, does the defense have anything to say? Think of something. Right, on with the cross-examination. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April may have admitted the wiretap, yes, but it bear no relevance to the case at hand, murder. No way you can prove any connection. I think this can't end, but I'm out of evidence. Then I believe cross-examination is over, Miss Examination. Does this prosecution have any other witnesses call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means... He is guilty. Randy's playing Final Fantasy. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Tisk, tisk, tisk. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy and Miss April May's alibi proves to be solid, then by default your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? But I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready to call for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. You couldn't put down the teapot and everything when you got here? That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Witness testimony. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for a nice coffee, so it was brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. See, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with this murder, then Maya will be finished. Yeah, I'm trying to defend Maya. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel. Let me see what evidence I have. Please call at 8 in the morning to guest Miss May. Hold it! Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all the stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. Then I saw them and I... Point being, I remember it quite well, sir. Yes, what then? brought it to her precisely requested at the time. I delivered the ice covered against me yourself. Bellboy wouldn't have any reason to lie, but I have to find something to use. One more time, I'll press him until he spills the beans. Or his tea. Hold it! 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed the details several times. She was watching a program on TV and wished for drink after she finished, sir. 9, the time of the murder. It's the time of the... Well, so maybe I could press the murder? Hold it! Precisely 9, then? Precisely, exactly, most definitely, sir, 9. How could you be so sure? Miss May is quite insistent that it be brought to her then. Oh, bellboy tea, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sirs. Therefore, I knocked at the door and crack at 9. Why would she be in particular about the time? Objection? Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see any contradictory. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to figure this one out myself. One more time.
What the hell? I said, like, I asked why she was tapping the phone. Oh, never mind.
Hold it! What exactly is it you do at the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds, I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally. So are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. At 9 o'clock on the dot, 9, the time of the murder. You are sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Yes, sir. And so very absolutely, sir. It was a daring mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored me with an embrace, whatever. A French for embrace? It's a French for kiss, sir, but not a French kiss, sir. More like a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It's a moment I shall never forget. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there.
Why does he still have the cookies and tea?
I don't know. Is this it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any... So you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Wait! Please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question. That's all. Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Fuck, I don't know. Room service, I guess. Check in. Why the fuck do I care about bed making? Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, alright, very well, sir. My first thought was she was a beautiful person. Type of girl would be disappointed, really. Excuse me, what exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I had a little chance with... I have little chance with her lover there. What did he say? What did you say? Rather quite... Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, yes, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed, it was the, good minister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof. You fool. I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then when you brought them room service, you didn't see the man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned another person involved may have been the murderer. In light of the new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. When you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple, it was. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as had been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone, yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup, but it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof. Start amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense argument. I expect the prosecution defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. September 7th. Mr. Wright! You were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool, too. That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... Oh, I gotta drink something in my throat. Love the series. I've heard a lot of things about the Phoenix Wright games. I just never got to play them, so this was my chance to finally get around to playing some of them. No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that anyway? Yeah, the version was kind of weird back in the day, yeah. I didn't really play a lot of games on DS, so it was just one of those games that kind of just overlooked. I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm gonna find out more about this man. You think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis, don't worry. I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me, but not at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued.